3 positive pregnancy tests lined up on the marble bathroom counter. Maya's hands wouldn't stop shaking. She'd taken them one after the other, desperate for a different answer. But the pink lines kept appearing like accusations. Pregnant. 14 weeks, the doctor had said this morning. 14 weeks meant she'd been carrying Min-jun's child through everything. The gallery opening, Mr. Lim's threat text, the nightmares that still woke her screaming about the warehouse and the men she'd killed. She pressed both palms against her stomach. Still flat. No visible proof that a life was growing inside her, cells dividing, a heart beating. Min-jun's child, the son of the man whose world had swallowed her whole, whose love had saved her and destroyed her in the same breath. The nausea she'd been dismissing as stress suddenly made horrible sense. The exhaustion, the way her breasts had been tender for weeks. She'd blamed it on trauma, on adjusting to this new life of luxury built on blood money, on the PTSD that made her flinch at loud noises and see Choi's dead eyes every time she closed her own. But it was this, a baby, a consequence she hadn't planned for, growing inside her whether she was ready or not. Maya heard Min-jun's voice downstairs, speaking Korean to Jae, probably discussing the shipment contracts for the new import business they were building. Legitimate, he kept saying. Clean money, a future without violence. He was trying so hard to become someone different, someone she could love without drowning in guilt. And now she had to tell him he was going to be a father. She walked downstairs on legs that felt like they might give out. Min-jun was in his office, standing by the window with his phone to his ear, perfectly tailored suit making him look every inch the businessman he was pretending to be. Jae sat across the desk, reviewing contracts. They both looked up when she appeared in the doorway. Maya. Min-jun's face softened the way it always did when he saw her, that vulnerability he only showed her. Are you feeling better? You've been upstairs all morning. I need to talk to you. Her voice came out steadier than she felt. Alone. Jae stood immediately, reading the tension in her body. He nodded to Min-jun and left, closing the door behind him. The silence stretched. Min-jun moved toward her, concerned now, reaching for her hands. She let him take them, even though touching him right now made everything harder. What's wrong? His thumb traced circles on her palm. You're shaking. I'm pregnant. The words fell between them like stones into still water. 14 weeks. Almost 4 months. Min-jun went completely still. His dark eyes searched her face like he was trying to understand a language he'd never heard before. Then his grip on her hands tightened and something broke open in his expression. Shock bleeding into joy, bleeding into terror in rapid succession. Pregnant. He said it like he was testing the word. You're carrying our child. Yes. Maya's throat closed. I was already pregnant at the gallery opening, during everything with Lim. I didn't know. I thought the nausea was stress. I thought... He dropped to his knees in front of her, hands sliding to her waist, then lower, pressing gently against her stomach through her clothes. His forehead came to rest just below her breastbone, and she felt him shaking. A baby, his voice cracked. Our baby. He spoke something in Korean, soft words she didn't understand, his lips moving against the fabric of her shirt like he was praying. When he looked up, his eyes were wet. You were in danger. You were carrying our child and you were in danger and I didn't protect you. You didn't know. I should have known. He stood abruptly, pulling her against him, one hand cradling the back of her head. You were pregnant during the warehouse, when you shot those men. When I got shot. God, Maya, you could have been hurt. The baby could. But we're fine. She pulled back to look at him. I'm fine. The baby's fine. The doctor confirmed it. This changes everything. His mind was already working. She could see it. We need better security. The house isn't safe enough. You need a full medical team, private doctors, and you can't go anywhere without guards. Jae needs to triple the security on... Min-jun, stop. I can't stop. His hands cupped her face. You're carrying my child. That makes you a target bigger than ever. Every enemy I have will see this as leverage. We need to breathe. Maya caught his wrists, held them. This is terrifying enough without you planning to lock me in a bunker. I won't lose you. I won't lose our child. You won't. She made herself meet his eyes. But I can't live in a cage again. I won't. Before he could answer, his phone rang. The screen showed a blocked number. Min-jun's face went hard, the joy evaporating as the calculating crime lord returned. He answered on speaker. Kang? Congratulations on the impending fatherhood. Mr. Lim's smooth voice filled the office like poison gas. I hear it's a very exciting time for you both. Maya's blood turned to ice. Min-jun's hand found hers, squeezed too hard. How did you... I make it my business to know everything about my associates. Lim's tone was pleasant, conversational. Word travels fast in certain circles. A pregnancy test at a private clinic this morning. 14 weeks along. Really, you should be more careful about where you seek medical attention. What do you want, Lim? Just to express my sincere happiness for you, and to suggest we meet. There are certain complications arising from your new situation that we should discuss. Like old friends. We're not friends. No. Lim's voice went cold. But we have a truce, and I'd hate for your impending fatherhood to complicate that arrangement. The restaurant where we met before. Tomorrow. Noon. Bring Maya. This. Concerns her too. The line went dead. Maya's knees buckled and Min-jun caught her, held her up. He has someone inside. She couldn't stop shaking. Still, after everything, someone told him about the pregnancy test. I'll find them. Min-jun's voice was ice and rage. I'll find whoever betrayed us and I'll... That's not the point. Maya pushed away from him, pacing. Don't you see? We're never going to be safe. Never. Our baby is going to be born into this world where people like Lim always know everything, where there's always another threat. Always another... She couldn't finish. The panic attack hit like a freight train, her chest constricting, vision tunneling. Min-jun was there immediately, arms around her, voice low and urgent. Breathe with me. In through your nose, out through your mouth. That's it. Stay with me, Maya. Stay with me. She focused on his voice, on the steady rhythm of his breathing, on the solid warmth of his body. Slowly, the panic receded. When she could breathe again. She stayed in his arms, face pressed against his chest. I'm scared. The admission hurt. I'm so scared. So am I. His lips pressed against her hair. But we'll face Lim together. We'll end this. Whatever he wants, whatever it takes, I'll keep you both safe. You can't promise that. Watch me. If you're already hooked and need to see what Lim knows, hit that subscribe button right now because this is about to get devastating. Comment below if you think Maya should run or fight. The restaurant felt different this time. Maya sat beside Min-jun instead of across from him, unified front instead of adversaries. Mr. Lim waited at the same corner table, 2 bodyguards flanking him, that same pleasant smile that never reached his eyes. He stood when they approached, gestured to the seats. Please, sit. I took the liberty of ordering tea. Cut the civility. Min-jun remained standing, hand on Maya's shoulder. What do you want? To have a conversation about the future. Lim poured tea with careful precision. Your future, Maya's future, and the future of the child she's carrying. You don't get to talk about our child. But I must. Lim's smile faded. Because there are complications you're not aware of. Complications involving Maya's family history. Maya's stomach dropped. What are you talking about? Sit. Please. This will take some time to explain properly. Lim's tone suggested it wasn't a request. And you'll want to be sitting when you hear it. They sat. Min-jun kept his hand over Maya's on the table, protective, ready to move. Lim took a sip of his tea and studied them both with something almost like pity. Tell me, Maya, what do you know about your father? The question hit like a physical blow. My father? Chen Wei. He left when you were 5 years old, correct? Your mother never spoke of him. You assumed he was dead, or simply didn't care enough to stay. How do you... Because I make it my business to... No. Lim set down his cup. Your mother is a difficult woman to find. She's been hiding for 25 years, changing names, moving cities, always looking over her shoulder. I've been trying to locate her for weeks, and yesterday, she came to me. Maya's world tilted. You're lying. I'm not. She's here, in this building, waiting upstairs. Lim watched her reaction carefully. She came willingly when I sent word that her daughter was in danger, that you were involved with the Kang family. Because you see, your mother knows something you don't. Something about your father, and about Min-jun's father. Min-jun's hand tightened on hers. What are you saying? I'm saying that 25 years ago, Kang Jae-sung, Min-jun's father, ordered the execution of Chen Wei during a territorial war between rival organizations. Chen Wei was a lieutenant in my predecessor's operation. When Kang Jae-sung wiped out our leadership, he killed everyone, including Maya's father. The words didn't make sense at first. Maya heard them but couldn't process them, like they were in a language she almost understood but not quite. Then the meaning crashed into her and she couldn't breathe. No. Yes. Lim pulled out a folder, slid it across the table. Old photographs, crime scene photos, and pictures of a young man who had her eyes, her nose, her smile. Your father was executed on Kang Jae-sung's orders. Your mother fled with you, an infant, and has been in hiding ever since, terrified that the Kang family would finish what they started. Maya stared at the photos, at her father's face, frozen young forever, never to know her, at the crime scene images that showed what Min-jun's father had done. Her hands went numb. And then you saved his son. Lim's voice was almost gentle. You pulled Min-jun from that river, not knowing you were saving the son of the man who killed your father. The irony is almost poetic. Min-jun made a sound like he'd been gutted. I didn't know. Maya, I swear to God, I didn't... Your mother is upstairs. Lim stood. She asked to see you, to tell you the truth herself. I thought it only fair that you hear it from her, and that Min-jun understand the full scope of what binds you together. Not just love, blood, old blood, bad blood, the kind that doesn't wash away. Maya stood on legs that didn't feel real. Min-jun stood with her, reaching for her arm, but she pulled away. The look on his face, devastation, guilt, horror, it was too much. She couldn't look at him. Take me to her. Maya, Min-jun's voice broke. Don't. She still couldn't look at him. Just don't. Lim led them to an elevator, up to a penthouse suite. He opened the door and there she was. Mei Lin, Maya's mother. Older than Maya remembered, grayer, but unmistakably her. She stood from the couch when Maya entered, tears already streaming down her face. Maya, is it true? Maya's voice sounded hollow. Everything he said? Yes. Mei Lin moved toward her, hands reaching. Your father was killed by the Kang family. I've been running from them for 25 years, and when I heard you were with Kang Min-jun, I knew I had to tell you the truth. Before it was too late. Too late for what? Before you bound yourself to him completely. Mei Lin's eyes dropped to Maya's stomach. Before you brought a child into this, the baby you're carrying is the union of two enemy bloodlines. Your father's blood and Kang blood. That child will never be safe. Maya's legs gave out. She sat hard on the couch, both hands pressed to her stomach. Min-jun stood in the doorway, frozen, listening to every word with his face carved from stone. I didn't know. His voice was barely a whisper. I didn't know about your father. I knew nothing about you before you saved me. But your father did it. Maya finally looked at him. Your father killed mine. Yes. No denial. No excuse. And I cannot change that. I cannot defend it. All I can tell you is that I am not him. I have never been him, and I love you more than anything in this world. Love built on blood. Maylin's voice was bitter. Love built on the bones of the man who should have raised you. How can you stay with him knowing that? Maya looked between them. Her mother, who'd hidden the truth for 25 years. Min-jun, who'd never known he was the son of her father's killer. And herself, caught between them, carrying a child who embodied both legacies. I need to think, she stood, unsteady. I can't do this right now, I can't. She pushed past Min-jun and out of the apartment. He followed, caught her arm in the hallway. Maya, please, don't touch me. She jerked away. I can't look at you right now. I can't think about this with you touching me. We are not our fathers. His eyes were desperate. What they did, the blood they spilled, it's not ours. Isn't it? Her voice rose. Your money comes from that blood. This house, these clothes, everything we have. It's all built on what your father did, on killing people like my father. And I've been living in it, sleeping in it, carrying your child in it. What do you want me to do? His control was cracking. Tell me what to do and I'll do it. I don't know. The scream tore out of her. I don't know anything anymore. I went to that river to die. Maybe I should have. The words hung between them like a blade. Min-jun flinched as if she'd struck him, all the color draining from his face. Don't say that. Why not? It's true. Tears streamed down her face now. I gave up my death for your life, and now I'm living a nightmare. My father is dead because of yours. I'm pregnant with a child of my father's killer's son. The FBI wants me to testify against you or go to prison, and I don't even know who I am anymore. You're the woman I love. He reached for her again, desperate. You're the mother of my child. You're everything that matters. That's not enough. The words came out broken. It's not enough anymore. She walked to the elevator. He didn't follow. When she looked back, he was standing in the hallway, destroyed, both hands pressed to his face like he could hold himself together through sheer force of will. The elevator doors closed between them. In the car, Maylene sat beside her in silence. Finally, you can leave him. We can disappear. I've done it before. I can do it again. Maya pressed her hands to her stomach, to the life growing there. Min-jun's child. Her father's grandchild. A baby who would carry both their blood, both their histories, all that violence and pain coded into its DNA. I don't know if I can. Her voice was barely audible. I don't know if I want to. Then you're lost. Maylin looked out the window. Just like your father was lost, and it will destroy you just like it destroyed him. That night, Maya slept in the guest room with the door locked. She heard Min-jun outside, knew he was there, standing guard, even as she shut him out. She wanted to hate him, wanted to rage against the unfairness of falling in love with the son of her father's killer. But all she felt was empty. At 3 a.m, her phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Agent Sarah Chen, FBI. We need to talk. The offer still stands. Immunity in exchange for testimony, 48 hours. After that, we're coming for you both. Maya stared at the screen. Prison. Her baby born in a cell. Or betrayal. Testifying against the man she loved, destroying him to save herself. She pulled up a photo on her phone, one of the crime scene images Lim had shown her. Her father's body, young and broken, dead because of the Kang family's war, dead because power mattered more than lives, and now she was carrying a Kang's child. The tears came then, silent and endless. She cried for her father, for herself, for the baby growing inside her who would inherit all this blood and pain. She cried until there was nothing left. In the Ishi morning, everything shattered. The FBI arrived at dawn, 4 agents led by Sarah Chen with a warrant for Maya's arrest, accessory to murder, the warehouse shooting, Choi's death. They had evidence, they said, Video footage, ballistics, witness statements from the survivors. Min-jun tried to intervene, his lawyers already on the phone, but Agent Chen was unmoved. "Step aside, Mr. Kang, or we'll arrest you too." "You can't take her." Min-jun positioned himself between Maya and the agents. "She's pregnant. Which is why we're offering immunity." Chen looked past him to Maya. "Testify against Kang Min-jun. Give us everything you know about his organization, his crimes, his associates. Do that, and you walk free. Refuse, and your baby is born in prison. Your choice." Maya stood frozen. Every eye in the room was on her. Jay by the door, hand near his weapon, but knowing he couldn't use it. May leaned on the stairs, watching with something like satisfaction. And Min-jun in front of her, shielding her with his body, ready to fight the entire FBI for her. 48 hours! Chen handed Maya a card. "Call this number when you decide, but understand, Miss Chen, after that, the offer expires. You'll go to trial, you'll lose, and your child will grow up visiting you through prison glass." They left. The silence they left behind was suffocating. "I'll fight this." Min-jun turned to her, desperate. "I have the best lawyers. I have resources. We can—" "They're right." Maya's voice was dead. "I killed those men. I shot them. That's murder." It was self-defense. It was your world. She finally met his eyes. Your violence, your enemies, and I became part of it. I pulled the trigger because I loved you, and now I'm going to prison for it. "No." He grabbed her shoulders. "I won't let that happen." "You can't stop it." She pulled away. "You can't fix this. Your father killed mine. Your enemies want our baby dead. The FBI wants me in prison. And I don't know how to keep breathing through all of it." "Then let me breathe for you." His voice cracked. "Let me carry this. Let me—" "You can't!" The scream tore out of her. "Don't you understand? You can't save me from this. You can't protect me from what I've become. I've killed people, Min-jun. I have their blood on my hands and it won't wash off. I see their faces every time I close my eyes. And it's because of you. Because I loved you. Because I couldn't let you die. I never asked you to kill for me. You didn't have to ask." Tears streamed down her face. "I did it anyway. Because I'm so fucking in love with you that I'll destroy myself to keep you alive. And I don't know if that's love or sickness, or just another form of drowning." He reached for her again, but she stumbled back. "Do you regret it?" His voice was raw. "Saving me? Loving me? Our child?" The question hung between them, sharp and terrible. Maya's hand went to her stomach, to the baby growing there, the baby who would be born into all this blood and violence and impossible choices. "I don't know." The admission destroyed them both. "I don't know anymore." Min-jun made a sound like something vital had broken inside him. He turned away, hands in his hair, shoulders shaking. When he spoke, his voice was barely controlled. "Then maybe you should take your mother's offer. Disappear, take our child somewhere safe. Somewhere I can't ruin you any further." "Is that what you want?" "It's not about what I want." He still wasn't looking at her. "It's about what's best for you. And maybe the best thing I can do for you is let you go." Before she could respond, before she could take back the words that had cut them both open, Jay burst through the door. "We have a problem. Multiple vehicles approaching. Armed. It's not Lim's people." Min-jun's face went cold, the leader returning. "How many?" "At least 20. They're surrounding the property." Jay pulled his weapon. "It's the old guard. Your father's lieutenants. They're making their move. Get Maya and her mother to the panic room. Now." "No." Maya grabbed his arm. "If they're here for you, running won't—" The windows exploded inward. Gunfire erupted. Min-jun shoved Maya behind him as Jay returned fire. Men in tactical gear poured through the shattered windows, through the doors, a coordinated assault designed to overwhelm. "Go!" Min-jun roared at Jay. "Get her out!" Jay grabbed Maya's arm, dragging her toward the back stairs. Maylin was already running. Maya looked back, saw Min-jun standing his ground, weapon raised, facing down the men flooding into their home. Men from his own organization, men who'd decided he was too weak, too soft, too changed by her. They made it to the garage. Jay shoved them into an armored car, jumped in the driver's seat. Bullets pinged off the reinforced exterior as he floored it, crashing through the garage door and out into the street. "Where are we going?" Maya's ears were ringing. "Safe house, but it's compromised too." Jay's jaw was tight. They've been planning this for weeks, waiting for the right moment to strike. "We have to go back. Min-jun is doing what he does best." Jay took a corner too fast. Surviving, and making sure you survive, that's all that matters to him. Maya's phone rang. Min-jun. She answered, hands shaking. "Are you safe?" "For now." "Min-jun, you need to listen to me." His voice was steady, despite the gunfire she could hear in the background. "I need you to go to your gallery. The old one. They won't think to look for you there. Stay hidden until I come for you. Come with us, please. I can't. I have to end this. They're my people. My responsibility." A pause. "Maya, I love you. Whatever happens, whatever you decide, I love you." "Don't." Her voice broke. "Don't say goodbye." "I'm not saying goodbye. I'm saying I'll come for you. I promise." The line went dead. Jay was already changing direction, heading for the gallery district. Maylin sat in the back seat, silent, watching Maya with an expression she couldn't read. "He's going to get himself killed for you." Her mother's voice was flat. "Just like your father got himself killed. The Kang family destroys everything they touch." "Shut up," Maya turned on her. "You don't know anything about him. I know he's pulling you into his war. I know you're pregnant and running for your life. I know this is exactly what I was afraid of when I heard you were with him." Maylin leaned forward. "Leave him, Maya, before it's too late, before you lose everything." "I already have lost everything." Maya pressed both hands to her stomach. "The question is whether I can get any of it back." They reached the gallery. It was closed, dark, the art still hanging on walls that had witnessed her and Min-jun's first fight, first kiss, first tentative steps toward something that might have been normal. Jay cleared the space, secured the doors, then took up position by the window. "I'm going back." He checked his weapon. "Min-jun needs backup. He told you to stay with us. He told me to get you safe. You're safe." Jay met her eyes. "If something happens to him, if he doesn't make it back, you need to run. Take your mother. Take the money I've hidden for emergencies. Disappear. Give your child a life he never had. Nothing's going to happen to him. If it does," Jay pulled out a key, handed it to her. "Safety deposit box. Bank address is on the tag. Everything you need to start over. New identities. Cash. Untraceable accounts. Use it if you have to." He left before she could argue. The gallery fell silent except for Maylin's breathing and the distant sound of sirens. Maya sank onto the floor, back against the wall, hands on her stomach. "I was pregnant with you when your father died." Maylin's voice was soft. 5 months. I felt you kick for the first time the day after they told me he was gone. And I knew I had to run. Had to give you a life away from all of it. I'm not you. No, you're stronger, braver, more foolish. A sad smile. You love him the way I loved your father. Like he's worth dying for. He is. Then I hope you're right. Maylin moved to sit beside her. Because that baby you're carrying deserves at least one parent who survives. They sat in the dark gallery, waiting. Minutes felt like hours. Maya kept her phone in her hand, waiting for Min-jun to call, to text, to give her any sign he was alive. Then she heard it. Footsteps. Multiple sets. Heavy boots. The sound of men checking doors, clearing rooms. Coming closer. Mei-lin grabbed her arm. We need to hide. They moved deeper into the gallery, into the back storage room. Maya's heart hammered so hard she thought it might burst. The footsteps got closer, voices, low and professional. Then the door to the gallery crashed open. Search every room, she's here somewhere. Maya recognized the voice. One of Min-jun's father's old lieutenants. A man who'd known Min-jun since he was a child. A man who'd decided the Kang air had gone soft. They had minutes, maybe less. Maya looked around the storage room desperately. One small window, high up. Too small for Mei-lin, but maybe big enough for her. Go. Mei-lin pushed her toward it. I'll stall them. I'm not leaving you. You're carrying my grandchild. Mei-lin's eyes were fierce. You're carrying the future. So you go. You survive. You give that baby the life your father and I couldn't give you. You hear me? Maya wanted to argue, but the footsteps were right outside the door. She climbed onto a crate, squeezed through the window, dropped into the alley behind the gallery. Her phone buzzed. A text from a blocked number. Turn around slowly. Don't run. She turned. 5 men with guns. The leader stepped forward, gun trained on her stomach. Miss Chen, we've been looking for you. You're going to come with us. Nice and quiet, or things get messy. Maya's hands went to her stomach. Protective, futile. What do you want? Leverage. Kang Min-jun needs to understand that his choices have consequences. That betraying his father's legacy, going soft for a woman, trying to go legitimate, all of it ends now. And you're going to help us make that clear. They grabbed her. She fought, screaming, but they were too strong. They dragged her to a van, threw her inside. The last thing she saw before the door slammed shut was her phone falling to the ground, screen cracking, Min-jun's last message still glowing. I'm coming for you. Hold on. But he was too late. She was gone. This is the moment everything could fall apart. If your heart is racing right now, smash that like button and tell me in the comments if you think Min-jun can save her in time. Hit subscribe because what happens next is going to devastate you. The darkness was absolute. Maya sat in the corner of whatever room they'd locked her in, knees drawn up as much as her pregnant belly allowed, trying not to panic. They'd taken her phone, her shoes, left her with nothing but the clothes on her back and the baby growing inside her. Hours passed, maybe days. Without windows, she couldn't tell. They brought food once, water, a bucket for a bathroom. No one spoke to her. No one told her what they wanted or what would happen next. She thought about Min-jun, wondered if he was alive, wondered if he was looking for her, or if he was dead in their house, surrounded by the bodies of men he'd once called brothers. She pressed both hands to her stomach and whispered to the baby, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I brought you into this. But I promise you, if I get out of here, if I survive this, I'm going to give you a different life. A safe life, away from all of this blood. The door opened. Light spilled in, blinding after so long in darkness. A man entered, silhouetted. When her eyes adjusted, she recognized him. Park, one of Min-jun's father's most trusted lieutenants. A man who'd taught Min-jun to shoot, to fight, to be the heir the organization needed. Miss Chen. He pulled up a chair, sat facing her. I'm sorry about the accommodations. This isn't personal. You kidnapped a pregnant woman. That's pretty fucking personal. Fair point. Park leaned back, studying her. You've changed him. Kang Min-jun. Made him weak. Made him forget what his father built. What he's responsible for. Men are dying because of his weakness. Territory is being lost. The organization is crumbling. Good. Maya met his eyes. It should crumble. It's built on blood and bodies. It should burn to ash. You really believe that? Park sounded almost amused. You really think you can pull him out of this life? Make him something different? I know I can. I've seen him try. I've seen him choose differently. And what has that choice cost you? Park gestured to the room, to her captivity. You're here because of those choices. Your mother is in another room, also because of those choices. And when we're done, Min-jun will have to choose between his empire and you, between his father's legacy and your life. He'll choose me. She said it with more certainty than she felt. He'll always choose me. Then he'll die, Park stood. Because we won't let him walk away. We'll kill everyone he loves until he's the man his father raised him to be. Starting with you. He left, the door locked behind him. Maya curled into herself, hands on her belly, and let the fear wash over her. They were going to kill her mother, destroy Min-jun by taking away everything that made him want to be different. Unless he destroyed them first. Her phone, the one they'd taken, had Min-jun's tracking app, had the wires she'd been wearing when they grabbed her. If he was alive, if Jay was alive, they'd be coming. They had to be coming. She just had to survive until they did. Time stretched. She slept in fits, woke to footsteps that never stopped at her door, fed the baby with the food they brought even though it tasted like cardboard, talked to the baby about the life they'd have after this. If there was an after this. Then finally, the explosion. The entire building shook. Gunfire erupted, close and sustained, men shouting, the sound of a war coming closer. Maya scrambled to her feet, pressed herself against the far wall, hands on her stomach. The door blew inward. Smoke filled the room. Through it came Min-jun, gun in one hand, covered in blood and ash, eyes wild until they found her. Then everything in his face broke open. Maya! She ran to him. He caught her, one arm crushing her against him, the other still holding his weapon, still tracking threats. He buried his face in her hair and she felt him shaking. I've got you. I've got you. You're safe. My mother... Jay appeared through the smoke, Mei-lin behind him, shaken, but unharmed. I got her out first, Jay said. She's safe. She's safe. He pulled back, hands framing her face, checking her for injuries. Did they hurt you? Did they touch you? No, I'm okay. The baby's okay. Something in him shattered at that. He dropped to his knees, pressed his forehead to her stomach, arms around her hips. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I should have protected you better. I should have... You came for me. She tangled her fingers in his hair. You found me. Always. He looked up at her, face streaked with blood and soot. I will always find you, always come for you. You're everything, Maya. Everything. More gunfire. Jay appeared in the doorway. We need to move, now. Park's still in the building and he's not going down easy. Min-jun stood, kept Maya tucked against his side. They moved through the warehouse, stepping over bodies. Some she recognized, men who'd been at their house for dinners, who'd protected her, who'd turned traitor. Others were Min-jun's loyalists, people who'd died defending her. They reached the ground floor. Park was there, gun raised, bleeding from multiple wounds but still standing. You really did it. Park's laugh was bitter. You really chose her over everything. Your father would be ashamed. My father is dead. Min-jun positioned himself between Park and Maya. And I'm done living his life. Put the gun down. Can't do that. Park's aim shifted, not to Min-jun, to Maya. She destroyed you. She needs to pay for that. 3 things happened at once. Park's finger tightened on the trigger. Min-jun moved, throwing himself in front of Maya, and Maya grabbed the gun Jay had given her, raised it, and fired. She didn't miss. Park went down. The threat ended, but Min-jun was on the ground, blood spreading across his chest. The bullet meant for her had caught him in the side, high up. Bad. No. Maya dropped beside him, hands pressing the wound. No, 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 not again. You don't get to die for me again. Didn't give you much choice? His laugh turned into a cough, blood on his lips. Told you I'd die for you. And I told you not to. Tears streamed down her face. You stubborn, stupid, self-sacrificing. I love you too. He caught her hand, pressed it harder against the wound. Promise me something. No. No goodbyes. You're not dying. Promise me. His grip tightened. If I don't make it, if this is it, you take our baby, you run, you give them the life I never had, away from all this blood. I'm not promising that because you're not dying. She looked at Jay. Call an ambulance now. Jay was already on it. Maya kept pressure on the wound, kept Min-jun conscious, kept breathing even though she wanted to scream. The ambulance came. The hospital. Surgery. Hours of waiting while doctors worked to save him. Agent Chen appeared in the waiting room. Maya was too exhausted to care. We saw what happened. Chen sat beside her. The warehouse, park, all of it. Self-defense. Clear as day. The charges against you are dropped. Maya laughed, the sound broken. Great. Just in time. There's more. Chen leaned forward. We've been building a case against the organization's old guard for years. With Park dead and the others scattered, we can finally move. But we need cooperation. We need someone to testify about the structure, the operations. You want Min-jun. We want the empire dismantled, however that happens. Chen studied her. He could walk away from this. Cooperate fully. Help us dismantle everything his father built, and we can arrange protection, new identities, a fresh start for both of you. He'd have to betray everyone. He'd have to choose you, choose your child, choose a different life. Chen stood. The offer's on the table. Think about it. Talk to him when he wakes up. She left. Maya sat in the waiting room, hands on her belly, feeling the baby kick for the first time. A tiny flutter, proof of life, proof that something good had come from all this blood. When the doctor finally emerged, Maya couldn't breathe. He's stable. The bullet missed major organs. He'll need time to heal, but he should make a full recovery. Maya collapsed into a chair, sobbing with relief. Mei Lin, who'd been silent this whole time, put an arm around her. You love him. It wasn't a question. Yes. Even knowing everything. Even after all this. Yes. Maya looked at her mother. I know it's insane. I know it's probably going to destroy me. But I love him. And I'm going to choose him. Every time. Just like you would have chosen Dad. Mei Lin's eyes filled. Then I hope you're stronger than I was. Strong enough to survive it. They let Maya see him an hour later. Min-jun was barely conscious, hooked to monitors, bandaged and pale, but alive. She took his hand and he squeezed weakly. Hey, his voice was rough. Hey yourself. She brushed hair off his forehead. You scared the hell out of me. Sorry. He tried to smile. Bad habit. The FBI was here. She pulled a chair close, kept his hand in both of hers. They're offering us a deal. Full cooperation in exchange for immunity. New identities. Witness protection. A way out. His eyes closed. What do you want to do? I want to ask you something first. She waited until he looked at her. If you could go back, if you could choose differently, would you want me to let you drown? Never. No hesitation. Never. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. Even though it led to this? To all this blood and pain? Even though. He turned his hand, laced their fingers together. You taught me I could be something other than what my father made me. That I could choose differently. That's worth everything. Then let's choose differently now. Maya leaned close. Let's burn it all down, give them everything, walk away from all of it and build something new. Just us. Our baby. A life away from all this blood. I'd be betraying everyone. You'd be choosing us. She pressed his hand to her stomach, to where the baby was growing. Choosing our child. Choosing a future instead of a past. Min-jun was quiet for a long time. Then, okay. Okay? Let's burn it down. His eyes met hers, clear and certain despite the pain. Let's surface. Together, for real this time. Maya kissed him, soft and careful around the bandages. I love you. I love you too. He pulled her closer. And I'm sorry for everything my family did to yours, for the blood between us, for... Stop. She pressed her fingers to his lips. We're not our fathers. We're choosing differently. That's what matters. Over the next 3 months, they did exactly that. Min-jun cooperated fully with the FBI, gave them everything. Names, accounts, operations, evidence that dismantled the entire organization his father had built. The trials came, the convictions, the empire collapsed, and through it all, Maya's belly grew. The baby kicked and rolled and made itself known. They picked names, planned a future, applied for new identities through the witness protection program. The wedding happened in a hospital room, Min-jun still recovering, Maya 7 months pregnant. No guests except Maylene and Jai. No ceremony beyond the essential words. But when Min-jun slid the ring on her finger and said, I choose you, Maya knew it was the truest vow anyone had ever spoken. I choose you too. She kissed him carefully. Every day, every breath, I choose you. Jay took over the legitimate businesses. Maylin decided to come with them into witness protection. Someone needs to help with the baby, she said, but Maya saw the truth. Her mother was tired of running, tired of being alone, ready to be part of a family again. The day came to leave. They stood in the empty house. Not their house, a safe house, but still, with bags packed and new names waiting. Jun and Maya Park, a couple from Seattle. No connection to the Kang family. No connection to organized crime. Just 2 people with a baby on the way, starting over. Last chance to change your mind. Min-jun, June now, touched her face. We can still walk away from this deal, fight it differently. No. Maya, still, Maya, she'd kept her first name, put her hand over his. This is right. This is how we break the cycle. How we give our daughter a chance. Daughter? His eyes widened. You know? Found out yesterday. Didn't want to tell you until we were really doing this. Really leaving, she smiled through tears. We're having a girl, a daughter who'll never know what her grandfather did, who'll never have to carry that blood. Jun pulled her close as her pregnant belly allowed, and pressed his face to her hair. Thank you. For what? For jumping in. His voice broke. For pulling me out. For choosing to surface with me. Always. She held him tight. I'll always choose you. They left that night, drove away from everything, everyone they'd been, toward a future that was uncertain, but theirs, toward a life built on choice instead of legacy. 18 months later, Maya stood in a small house by the ocean, watching Jun in the garden with their daughter Isabella balanced on his hip. The baby giggled as he showed her tomatoes growing on the vine, his voice soft as he named them in Korean. Maylin was in the kitchen, making dinner, humming something Maya remembered from childhood. They lived quietly now. Jun worked construction, coming home with dirt under his nails instead of blood. Maya painted in a small studio overlooking the sea. Different art now, lighter, hopeful, full of color instead of drowning hands. She sold pieces online under a pseudonym. They made enough to live on. It wasn't the life either of them had imagined, but it was theirs. Jun came inside, Isabella still in his arms, and kissed Maya's temple. She's getting heavy. She's growing like we wanted her to. Maya took their daughter, settled her on her hip. Jay called, everything's still quiet back there. No, one's looking for us. Good. Jun moved to the window, old habits making him scan the horizon. The paranoia never fully left, probably never would. Do you ever regret it? Giving up everything? I regret that we had to. Maya joined him, their daughter between them. I regret the violence it took to get here. The people who died. The blood we can't wash off. But I don't regret you. She looked up at him. I don't regret choosing this. Choosing us. They stood there as the sun set over the ocean, the three of them together, safe. Not perfect, not healed, but alive, surfacing still, day after day, choosing each other, choosing their daughter, choosing to live with the scars instead of drowning in them. Isabella reached for the window, small hand pressing against the glass where waves crashed against the shore. Water, she said, one of her first words. Jun's hand tightened on Maya's shoulder. She knew what he was thinking. Water would always mean something different. To them. Would always carry the weight of that night, that choice, that moment when she jumped in and everything changed. It's okay, Maya squeezed his hand. She should know water, should learn to swim, to not be afraid of it. You're not afraid anymore? Of drowning? Maya thought about it. No, because I know now that surfacing isn't about never going under. It's about choosing to keep fighting your way up. Choosing to breathe. Choosing to live even when it's hard. You taught me that. Jun pulled her close, careful of Isabella between them. You taught me I could choose differently. We taught each other. Maya leaned into him. And we're teaching her. That's what matters. They stayed at the window as dark fell. Three people who'd survived their families' blood feuds, who'd chosen each other over legacy, who'd built something new from the ashes of what their fathers had burned. They weren't perfect. They still had nightmares. Still flinched at loud noises. Still carried the weight of what they'd done and what had been done to them. But they had each other, had their daughter, had a future that was theirs to write instead of one carved by dead men's choices. And every day they chose to surface. Together. Always together. Some people drown in their past. Some people surface. Maya and Jun did both. And in the end, they learned that survival isn't about never going under. It's about choosing to keep reaching for air. Keep reaching for each other. Keep choosing life even when death would be easier. They'd pulled each other from dark water, and now they stood on solid ground, hands clasped, watching their daughter point at waves and laugh without fear. That was enough. That was everything. Jay's calls confirmed what they already knew. Mr. Lim had taken the empire, and, satisfied with his victory, had no reason to hunt them anymore. If this story moved you, if Maya and Jun's journey touched something in you, show some love. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss another story. Smash that, like if you believe in second chances and love that survives impossible odds. And drop a comment telling me what you felt. I read every single one. Thank you for surfacing with us. Until next time, keep choosing life. Keep reaching for the light. Keep fighting your way up.